Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again to the Peeler Complex on Georgia College's beautiful West Campus. It's time once again for Georgia College softball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Alongside student broadcaster Connor King, it's Assistant Athletic Director Al Weston set to bring you today's action. Should be a good one as two teams go to battle here looking for their first wins of the young season. The Georgia College Bobcats taking on Albany State University in non-conference action to close out the 2019 Bobcat kickoff. Going to turn things over to Connor. Give us the starting lineup, if you would, please, for Albany State.
The starting lineup for Albany State University Golden Rams, who come in 0-2. 0-2 in their conference play as well. Leading off, center fielder number 14, Kychelli Evans. Hitting second, the designated player number 17, Amaya Terry. Hitting third, the third baseman number 3, Levette Tucker. Hitting cleanup, the pitcher number 4, Glory C. Hitting fifth, the left fielder number 4, Glory C. Pardon me there. Glory C is in left field and hitting fifth. Hitting cleanup is number 21, the pitcher, Aaron McGowan. Hitting sixth, the catcher, number 8, Rebecca Blanton. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 22, Jayla Stewart. Hitting eighth, the second baseman, number 9, Maya Harris. Hitting ninth, the right fielder, number 16, Kendall Davis. And in the 10th spot is the shortstop, number 2, Jordan Boniello.
Okay, folks, so 1-2 the count here to Keishel Evans, the center fielder. And on the mound for the Bobcats is Jesse Morris, an all-conference pick a year ago. And Morris seeing her third game of action already. She started the opener for the Bobcats and then came in relief in game number 2 as well. With Evans at the plate, she did not play in the first ball game against Young Harris last night. And she came in as a pinch hitter in the second contest. No official at-bats for her yet. So no walks either. Maybe it was a sacrifice bunt there for the Golden Rams. Lefty slap hitter has a 2-2 pitch coming, and it's a called strike 3. Evans will go down on strikes.
It's a good start for the Bobcats.
Absolutely. First strikeout, of course, for Morris here in her second outing. Overall, Morris on the season, we've got her for an 0-1 record, a 4.04 ERA. Again, making her third appearance and second start. 8 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, and a single strikeout. Opponents hit 286 against the right-hander from Vidalia. Amaya Terry, the designated player, digs into that left-hand batter's box. She pops a bunt up, and that will be grabbed by the third baseman for the Cats. That's Jesse Barr.
Bobcats making quick work here in the first.
Yep, 2 quick outs, and that moves on to Levette Tucker, the third baseman. Let's see, Tucker thus far, game 1 yesterday, went 0 for 3. Game 2 came in as a pinch hitter and was retired as well, so she's 0 for 4 total. Back to Morris, a low throw over to first base, and that's scooped out nicely by the new freshman first baseman, Edenfield, for out number 3. We're going to stick through the break, though. Why don't you go through the starters for the Bobcats?
The Bobcats also come in to play 0-2. They are coached by Jamie Grodecki in her 9th season as the head coach. Leading off for the Bobcats, right fielder number 22, Sarah Couch. Hitting second, the shortstop, number 10, Amber Coy. Hitting third, the first baseman, number 14, Ariel Edenfield. Hitting cleanup, the catcher, number 8, Haley Howe. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 2, Hannah Rogers. Hitting sixth, the third baseman, number 17, Jesse Beer. Hitting eighth, the designated player, number 11, Kayla Price. Hitting ninth, the second baseman, number 9, Collie Beham. And the pitcher, number 15, is, as we introduced in the top of the inning, Jesse Morse.
Okay, so they'll all be facing Aaron McGowan for Albany State. Yesterday's action for her, she threw in the first game, picked up the loss, went all 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, and a pair of strikeouts to number 13, Young Harris, in a 6-1 loss. So not much run support for her yesterday. Sarah Couch to start things off. What do you got on her season so far, Connor?
So far for Couch, a 250 average with 8 at-bats. So she definitely found the plate last night with 1 run and 2 hits.
Couch, an all-conference outfielder a season ago, was preseason all-PBC as well this year. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes the ball high. Couch from right up the road in Madison. The sign will tell you it's historic Madison. It's the site of a Steak and Shake that I frequent on trips back from Atlanta. Big fan of Steak and Shake. They don't sponsor the program, though. Maybe we should get that going. Squares to bunt, pulls it back again as that ball came up around the eyeballs of Couch. Had to duck out of the way there. That's got to be tough when you're, doing that slap approach and, all your stuff is moving in that direction. Then that ball comes right at your face. Even less reaction time.
You feel like you're going directly into the danger.
Absolutely. Just, ducking right in there. 2-0 pitch. Another square to bunt. Takes a strike this time on the inside black. So first strike for McGowan. And the count is now 2-1. Nice day here. The temperature is great. Got a little bit of cloud cover, but I think I'm seeing the sun for the first time this weekend. And that's got me thinking positive about the day. 2-1 pitch is outside. Maybe that's a sign of good things to come. A couple of wins for the Bobcats, and maybe the Patriots will lose tonight, right?
I approve.
Yeah, nobody wants that, right? 3-1 to count here to Couch. Bobcat right fielder.
Sorry if you're listening from New England.
Inside. Going to grab the corner on Couch. Nice curveball that snapped in on the left-hand batter. Came in on the fist.
I checked the game time temperature. We're reading 62 degrees out here on the west campus of Georgia College.
Yeah, real comfortable. Not too much of a breeze. Okay, there's a low ball 4, so the Bobcats have a base runner in the form of Couch. That brings up Amber Coy. Coy playing shortstop today, as she has for the past year or so. A little bit of third base for her this time last season and the year before. But what do we got on numbers for her there, Connor?
Coy is hitting .333 on the year and leads the team with RBIs. She has 3.
Yeah, I believe she picked up all 3 in the first game yesterday. Throw down to second, and a stolen base for Sarah Couch going on the very first pitch. What's Couch got for stolen base numbers now? It looks like the first attempt for Georgia College this year. Indeed it was. So successful on the first one was Couch.
Golden Rams go down 1-2-3 in the top of the inning, and now it's no one out. Bobcats have a runner at second base.
1-0 pitch to Coy. She squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. 1-1 to count to the Warner Robins native. Amber Coy had been a starter pretty much since stepping on the Georgia College campus as a freshman. Now going into her junior year. Would not be surprised to see all-conference status for this young lady. Shortstop's a tough position, though. A lot of great athletes there in the league. 1-1 pitch. Squares to bunt. We'll get this one down, but it is foul territory. And actually stepping on that ball was the catcher, Blanton. She might have turned her ankle a little bit.
It must have definitely gone foul because they did not call catcher's interference.
Yep, foul ball there. As it had some backspin on it. Couch with 18 stolen bases, part of that resume that got her all-conference status last season, and that's her first one this year in her very first try. Ball bounce is going to be wild, get back to the fence, and Couch will take the extra bag. Bobcats are in business now with a runner just one base away for Amber Coy and a 2-2 count.
And she got to third base without a hit yet. She walked to first, stole second, wild pitch.
Yeah, if we can bring her around, that would be the definition of manufacturing a run. Walk, stolen base, and a wild pitch. The low pitch for Coy, and that is a 3-2 count. That one gloved easily enough on the backhand by Blanton.
First full count of the day.
So a payoff pitch is due to Amber Coy. And here it comes. Swung on, hit well, but out in front of it. It kicks off the bullpen, rattles out into left field. So we'll go again here with the full count.
Coy listed at 5'5" and attended Houston County High School.
Coy with the stance that you'll see a lot in softball, faking the bunt, pulls it back, and now the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Looked to be low and away, but a little too close for comfort, and Coy offers at it for the first out of the inning. Freshman first baseman Ariel Edenfield will dig in now. What do we got on Ariel?
Ariel, we have .333 average, with leading the team with 2 runs and 1 homer.
Okay, so that right there is a sacrifice bunt. Get the squeeze bunt. Going to be a 5-4 put out over at first base. And it brings home the run, the first run of the game for Georgia College.
That'll bring her RBI count up to 3 on the year. Haley Howe steps in.
Haley Howell at the plate. Her numbers yesterday.
Looking at yesterday, Haley Howe has a .500 average, leading the team with 2 doubles and 5 total bases.
So the Bobcats lead at 1-0 without the benefit of a hit. The walk, the stolen base, the wild pitch, and after an out, a sacrifice bunt on a safety squeeze to put the Bobcats out in front. Howell at the plate, the catcher in her second season as a Bobcat.
It's always interesting having a .500 record after 2 games. It's not that big.
Yeah, you see, some inflated numbers early on that will sort of balance out as the season goes along. That one yanked foul and kicks around in the corner. Deep in the hole here, 0-2 is Howell with the bases empty, trying to make something happen with a little 2-out magic. McGowan rolls the ball on her right leg, comes set now, and an 0-2 pitch is up and away, trying to get her to fish on that floater there. They'll change up perhaps, and it's 1-2.
Bobcats being very productive so far with the 1 run on no hits.
Yep, good start for GC, and hopefully we can get the bats going as well. Would like to see a couple of wins here for the Bobcats, even things right back out. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and sent to short. Gloved nicely there and fired across by Kendall Davis for out number 3. So the Bobcats pick up a run on no hits, no errors. They leave none. We got one in the books, folks. We'll be back with some more Georgia College softball from the Peeler Complex.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Top half of the second inning, folks. Going to go roll through 4, 5, 6 in the Albany State lineup. I've got the pitcher, Aaron McGowan, then Glory C., the left fielder, followed by Rebecca Blanton, the catcher. Due up for the Golden Rams in this frame. Of course, Albany State consolidating with Darton State Junior College a couple of years ago. And that has really boosted up a couple of the athletic programs there at Albany State. And this is one of them for sure, as the quality of that junior college from a softball standpoint was fairly high. And bringing in that roster has really helped boost things for Albany State.
When the schools merge, do those two teams essentially become one team?
Yes, they do.
And all the players from both teams go to same uniform?
And actually at the time, they hired the Darton State coach to come to Albany State and coach the softball squad. She since has moved on to a new position as taking over here is Harley Roller. She's listed as interim head coach on the website. I'm not sure if that's still the case. I believe Coach Gradecki said that she has been named the full-time head coach now. Aaron McGowan. But you'll see as you go through the roster for Albany State, there's quite a few Darton State transfers. I think McGowan might actually be one of them, and yes, I'm correct. But they're not actually transfers. They just stayed at school and continued along as Albany State students instead.
That is interesting. But officially, if they were on Darton's team, are they considered a transfer?
That's a good question. I don't know. Because that school doesn't exist anymore, and the two consolidated. So I don't know if that's technically the definition of a transfer or not. You stumped me there, Connor. I don't know, buddy.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's a good thought. Didn't really think about that. Swung on, sent to the right side, and it will get through for a base hit. McGowan helping her own cause. A backhand attempt there by Edenfield, but that was a hot shot through the right side. First hit of the ball game for either team, despite the 1-0 lead for Georgia College.
That went the left fielder next for the Golden Rams. C.
Glory C., one of my favorite names on this Albany State roster. True freshman, seeing some action here.
5-5 out of Conyers, Georgia is C.
Taking a look at her action yesterday. Went 1 for 3 in the first game. And then another 1 for 3 with a run scored in game 2. So she was one of the more productive hitters for Coach Roller. And got a spot here. Was kind of surprised not to see her try and lay down a bunt there on that first pitch, as you often see in the game of softball.
So that makes her then 2 for 6.
Yep, got that 333 average, right?
There we go.
Yep. The math is real easy this early in the season. Get me later in the year and I'll have no clue. Yep, so 1/3 of the time, Glory C getting safeties out there so far. McGowan over on first. She reached on a single through the right side just a moment ago. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to C, and it's fouled back to the fence. New look Bobcats this year. There are a lot of fresh faces out there that, frankly, I don't know a whole lot of them, so it's going to be a little bit of rust shaking off for me. The only returners in the starting lineup here, particularly in the field, is Couch and Wright, the pitcher Morris, the shortstop Coy, and Howell behind the plate, and that's it. Those are my only returning starters, so a lot of new faces to tell you about. I believe it was 10 freshmen that head coach Jamie Gradecki brought in this year.
That is accurate.
And, so a lot of new folks. And I think she's got another strong batch of freshmen coming next year in the plans. I think she said another 9 she was looking at. So trying to go with a youth movement here for the Bobcats. Finished the season last year in the NCAA Regional. Took on these Golden Rams 4 times last season and came up aces 4 times, as they have every time against Albany State. Never lost in 24 tries against the Golden Rams. That pitch outside, it's a 2-2 count.
That's an impressive number against any school.
Yeah. I mean, that again, the quality, particularly in the last couple of years of the Albany State softball team, has taken a large jump. Last year in the the SIAC, at Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, they went 19-0, won the conference. This is swung on and hit well. That will one-hop the fence and might be in danger of scoring a run here. McGowan around in third. Coy will throw to third to try and cut off the run there, and she does. So that is a double and a run scored, and then 8-6-5 goes the putout over at third base. But the first run for Albany State, they've tied up the ball game at 1-1.
And it looks like the umpires are meeting. The base runner thinks that she is safe, but turns out that she is out and she will head back to her dugout.
So a bit of excitement there. Hardest hit ball of the young contest thus far. McGowan comes in to score on the double by C. But she got a little greedy, trying to take third base, and gets wiped out there. Rebecca Blanton, the catcher.
Sophomore out of Hamilton, Georgia.
Lefty hitter, swings and misses at the first one there. Blanton did not play in the first contest yesterday. Game number 2 went 1 for 3, so she's got that .333 batting average as well. Cut on and missed at the fastball up. Might have been a rise ball there as it looked a bit high. Fooling Blanton a little bit.
Move the count to 0-2.
One down here in the top of the second. Foul back to the fence.
Redo it again at 0-2.
Blanton with a little bit of a gap between the hands on the bat there. That increases the bat speed a little bit, allows for a little bit more control as well. And that pitch misses. Should be 2-2 now. Is that what you got, Will? 2-2?
Yes.
Blowing inside and full count here.
3-2.
Oh, check that. I'm sorry, folks. It is 2-2. Will, it is 2-2. I'm sorry. It is 2-2. Cut on and missed. And that is strike number 3. Second strikeout for Morris. And out number 2 here in the second. Jayla Stewart, the first baseman, digs in with 2 down. Stewart went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in Game 1 yesterday, and then another 0 for 3 in Game 2, but did drive in a run.
Stewart stands 5'9". She's a senior out of Hampton, Georgia.
Just a little bit outside to start her off there as Howell tried to frame that pitch on the edge, couldn't quite get the call. Little wave of the bat here, and the 1-0 pitch. Same location, but pulled in this time by Howell. 1-1 now the count. Morse is going to get edges like that, she's going to have a pretty successful day.
So far, these two teams look pretty evenly matched.
Yes, literally so on the scoreboard here, 1-1. That's hit well off the fist and will drop into left field for a single. Came in on the hands a bit, and Stewart just yanked it into left for a single. So the 2-out hit brings up Micaiah Harris, the second baseman.
Now the third hit of the afternoon for Albany. Bobcats got their run on no hits.
Ms. Harris led off in the first game yesterday, went 0 for 3, and then in game 2 did not play. So 0 for 3 on the season thus far.
Harris stands 5-0, sophomore out of Cochran, Georgia.
Pitch taken for a strike, 0-1 the count. No stolen bases yesterday for Albany State. Off the end of the bat, rolled to the right side. Going to be the first baseman flipping to the second baseman cover. Nice work there, as that's going to be an infield single, I believe. Beating out the play there was Harris.
So Albany State has something cooking here as 2 outs in the top of the second. Back-to-back hits allow runners to reach first and second with 2 outs. So now bring up the right fielder, Davis. Sophomore out of Powder Springs, Georgia. Actually steps into the right-handed batter's box.
Second baseman. Pitch for a strike there.
Bobcats looking for anything to get this final out.
Here it comes, swung on and missed. And now deep in the hole, 0-2 is Davis. Davis 1 for 3 with a run scored in game 1. Game 2 went 0 for 2.
To doing the math, 0 for 5.
Low and away. And it's 1-2 now. Davis with a long ponytail popping out of the back of that helmet. Chokes up a little bit and digs into that right-hand batter's box. Jessie Morris, the rock and the fire from her, and it's a little bit outside. Snap throw down to first, not in time, as Edenfield was covering the bag there.
So now we got Deuces Wild here at the Peeler Complex.
First one of the day. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Got 2 runners on. That's Scott McLeod, Deuces Wild here. Kick in the fire from Morris. Swung on, and that's going to drop into center field. Could be a play at the plate. Nope, they're going to hold her up. Good strong throw from center by Darby Pinkard.
So now
But Albany State's in business here with the bases loaded, right?
back-to-back hits, loads the bases, and now Bobcats are going to meet on the mound and figure out what they're going to do to get the out here. The lineup turns to the top of the lineup.
Okay, so all juiced up here, and infield meeting as Morris is trying to find the solution as we head to the back to the top of the order. This is Keishelle Evans, her first at bat. She struck out looking.
The Bobcats could use another one here.
Yeah, strikeout would go a long way right here to keeping us all knotted up at 1. Potential big inning for Albany State. That pitch low and away to the slap hitter. Off the edge of the plate, it's 1-0.
Evans hitting from the left side.
got lefties back-to-back here at the top of the order for the Golden Rams with Amaya Terry on deck. Here comes a 1-0. Slapped and foul.
Count now 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Game 1 of a doubleheader today.
Yep, 2 contests here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network, and what is turning out to be a very nice day. 1-1 pitch, and that caught the outside edge. Laying off it was Evans, and even if she swung at it, not sure there was much she could do. That was a great location from the Peach Belt Conference second teamer. Morris turned into our ace about 3 weeks into the season last year. Did a great job. Caught on a miss, and going down on strikes is Evans. Big strikeout there to maintain the tie. As Albany State picks up a run on 4 hits, 1 error, and they leave them loaded. Let's go to the bottom of the second. Albany State 1, Georgia College 1. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Bottom half of the second inning. Going to be Hannah Rogers, Jesse Barr, and Darby Pinker due up. 3 Bobcat newcomers in a row here. The left fielder, Hannah Rogers, starts things off. What do we got on numbers from her yesterday there?
Looking at Rogers, we have a 500 batting average with 1 double and 1 RBI, 4 total bases.
I was talking with head coach Jamie Gradecki before the contest. She said that Rogers reminds her a lot of Holland Corsi. That's some pretty great praise there. The all-region outfielder for us that just graduated last season. Academic All-American as well. And the first 2 pitches miss to Rogers.
Count now at 2-0 to start the Bobcats' second.
The rock and the pitch, 2-0. A little bit further outside. A quick 3-0 count here. Might get another leadoff base runner via the walk. That happened in the first, and we eventually brought her around to score.
And it won't be a walk on 4 pitches. That drops for a strike.
After the called strike, get the shoulder on, or the bat off the shoulder. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, and it's on the inside black. Coming back on the 3-2 now as McGowan gets back to a full count. Rogers rings the bat back, and the payoff pitch is fouled off her lead foot, and that stings a little bit. She doubles over there for just a moment. Now going to work the ankle some and see if she can get a little bit more comfortable up there. Well, didn't take her long. She's back in.
We'll redo it here with the 3-2 count.
Another payoff pitch to Rogers. Here it comes. Swung on and up the middle. Tough play there. It had some backspin and died. That's going to be an infield single for Hannah Rogers.
First hit of the afternoon for the Bobcats. Bobcats now at 1 run, 1 hit on 1 error. Golden Knights at 1 run, 4 hits and no errors. Number 17 will step in for the Bobcats.
Jesse Barr. What did we get out of Jesse yesterday, buddy?
Out of Jesse, we got
wild pitch there, moves Rogers up to second base. And Barr starts off with a 1-0 count. She went 2 for 6 yesterday, did Barr. No extra base hits, none driven in, and no runs scored. I believe she got the start in both games at third base, much like she is today. Jesse Barr now with a runner in scoring position after that wild pitch. Rock into fire, tries to bunt, pokes at it and misses. And it's 1-1.
Jesse Barr, the freshman out of Pooler, Georgia.
That Pooler area, that's down near Savannah.
She's one of these 10 Bobcat freshmen.
Takes a look at a fastball up, and it's 2-1 now to the Bobcat third baseman.
Count moves to 2-1. No outs.
Yeah, looking at her bio, high school valedictorian, lettered in soccer, track and field, basketball, and swimming as well. So very complete athlete is Barr. And pitch outside there, so a 3-1 count, favorable count. Hitters count for a hitter.
Runner on second, no outs.
The rock and the fire. A little bit outside, but nipped the corner. So she's going to have to stay at the plate, 3-2.
Full count.
Here comes a payoff pitch. In on the fist and fouled off, I believe, the lead leg there of Barr. It ended up trickling out into fair territory, so a quick attempt at making a fielding play there from McGowan, but it was called dead immediately. So how about another payoff pitch for Barr? The rock and the delivery. Lifted to center, underneath it with ease there. The tag and the throw, bluff of a run there. So holding the runner was Keshell Evans. That's out number 1 as Barr gets underneath that one. Darby Pinkard, the center fielder, will dig in now. How did Darby do yesterday, Connor?
Pinkard got 3 at-bats and had not found the ball yet, so she needs to get a hit.
All
3
right,
at-bats yesterday and nothing going for it.
So still looking for the first hit of Darby's collegiate career. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball inside.
Darby freshman standing 5'6" out of Ackworth, Georgia.
Pinkard waves the bat behind her ear hole there. No bunt attempt this time. Instead takes a strike on the inside half. The senior Kayla Price on deck. And a 1-1 delivery to Pinkard. Outside. Thought about pulling the trigger on that one, but held up. Looked like maybe a curveball there as it was floating away from the right-hand batter. So Pinkard digs back in for a 2-1 pitch. Squares to bunt again this time. Takes the ball low and inside. Other hitters count. Bobcats haven't really been able to take advantage of these yet.
It's amazing to see that 24-0 historic mark that the Bobcats have against this team, and right now it's 1-1. It's anyone's game.
Yep, tight ball game here in the bottom of the second. Strike up and in right along the letters. And the count runs full here to Pinkard. And the payoff pitch, swung on, rolled down the third baseline, going to trickle foul.
We'll redo it again at 3-2 to Pinkard.
Yep, quite a few pitches being delivered here as Pinkard spoils off that inside offer and lives to fight another pitch. Looks like they're coming inside on her again. Payoff. Again inside and again yanked foul.
With so many new freshmen, do you know exactly how they do the numbering, like what number you get when you join the team?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, because obviously it's probably seniority based, right? And then after that, but if you have 10 folks with the same amount of experience with the team, I don't know, maybe you pick them out of a hat. Not sure. Payoff, and that is low. Ball 4. Okay. So Darby with a great at bat there, fouled off a few, I think 3 in a row. And now it's first and second with one down for the senior Kayla Price. Price, a pitcher, will also spend some time at the plate. Did she get any bats yesterday? Looks like 1 for 3 there, am I right?
Yeah, 1 for 3.
All right, looks like a run scored for Kayla as well. Well, we'll see what happens here with 1 out and runners on first and second. First pitch misses for a ball. Price with some power. She's got a couple of home runs in her career. Not too many trips to the plate. Mostly, most of her duty is in the circle.
Price appeared in just one of the 2 games yesterday.
Well, there's a pitch taken for a strike up in the zone, and that's a sizable zone for Price at 5'10". Kick and the 1-1 pitch is fouled back and out of play. Came off the end of the bat there as Price was just a little bit underneath it.
Count goes to 1-2 as a little breeze picks up here from the Peeler complex.
Yeah, we don't have any flags to speak of in front of us, so can't tell which way that wind is blowing. I think it's coming at us, so pulling the hits back. Bounces inside right around the shoe tops for a 2-2 count.
It says it's blowing to the northeast, 4 miles an hour. Forecast says that.
The rock and a pitch from McGowan. Swung on, sent up the middle, kicks off the shortstop glove into center field. Here comes a run. The throw goes all the way to the backstop. So we're going to get a single and then a throwing error on the center fielder, and the Bobcats are up 2-1.
And the runner, Rogers, literally hopped right over that ground ball. And then the shortstop couldn't get it and came in for the run.
So Hannah Rogers, after leapfrogging the softball, comes around to score. And Kayla Price picks up the RBI, her first of the young season.
Bobcats now 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error.
Wild pitch.
Wild pitch kicks back to the fence, and coming in to score on that play is Pinkard. The Bobcats are up now 3-1.
Make that 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 error.
Yeah, didn't have time to quite get it out of your mouth. Price checks into third base now, and we are back 9 slot here. Carly Bean playing second base for us today. This appears to be Bean's first trip to the plate. She did not have any at-bats in yesterday's action. I don't see her there. Do you see her in the
I don't.
Okay. So first collegiate at-bat for Carly Bean. And she's got a 1-1 count and a potential to bring in a run here with 1 out. Swung on and missed, and Bean is in the hole here, 1-2.
Being the freshman, standing 5'3" out of Cumming, Georgia. Went to West Forsyth High School last year.
The rock in the 1-2, swung on, yanked foul past Coach Gradecki in the third base coach's box. Sarah Couch on deck. We're hoping we'll get to her. Bobcats' first team to put up a crooked number in this game. 2 runs coming across here in the bottom of the second. The rock and a pitch from McGowan, and it's a curveball outside. Going to be 2-2. Bobcats finish up this tournament, then hit the road for a while. Won't be back at home again until February 16th for a homecoming contest against Belmont Abbey. 2-2 pitch. In on the fist, lifted to the left side. Going to be the shortstop grabbing that one. As she nearly collided with her third baseman. Baronello squeezes that one for out number 2. So back to the top of the order, and Sarah Couch. If we're going to bring in this third run this inning, it's going to be because of her. Couch's first trip of walks, no official at-bats for Sarah. She did come around and score. Also picked up a stolen base.
The Bobcats will leave here to Huntsville, Alabama for the Charger Chill Out.
Yep, got a tournament there. Going to be playing, what is it, about 6 games over the course of 3 days. From the 8th all the way through the 10th. Looks like the highlight of that trip is the last one there, number 12 team in the country in Illinois Springfield, right?
Yeah, that's going to be a tricky one to finish off.
Yep, so you have your toughest opponent with your last one. There's a pitch taken for a strike, and it's 2-1.
At least the Bobcats will be well warm into the season by then.
Indeed, got a familiar opponent as well in University of Montevallo, former Peach Belt Conference school. That'll be on the first day. 2-1 pitch, up and in. And 3-1 now the count for Sarah Couch.
So technically the Bobcats are not going out on the road, but they're going to a neutral site to play the next 6 games.
Yep, and then a road contest at the University of West Georgia before those Belmont Abbey ball games on the 16th. Bunted foul off the plate. And that's a full count now for the Bobcat right fielder.
That'll be the next Bobcat Broadcast Network game, home game for the Bobcats against Belmont Abbey, and February 16th, 1 p.m. is start time for that.
Payoff pitch, low and outside, and Couch will trot down to first base. Might we see that delayed steal a second? Nope. She's going to just check in there at first. So Couch with 2 walks and 2 trips gives us runners on the corners and 2 down for Amber Coy. Coy, a strikeout victim in her first trip, would be flabbergasted if Sarah Couch does not steal second base here.
I like the word flabbergasted.
Yeah, you like that one? There she goes, and no toss as the pitch was in the dirt. That'll be a stolen base for Sarah Couch. She is now 2 for 2 on the season. And I believe that's 20 in her career now, right? Wasn't she at 18? Yep, so 20 stolen bases for Sarah Couch in her 2 seasons. 1-0 pitch due to Amber Coy. Warner Robins native. Takes a look at one low and inside. Time called as catcher and pitcher are going to talk things through. Amber from Houston County High. Started out as the third baseman for GC as a freshman, the whole freshman season, and then partway through her sophomore year, I think we were about a month into the season, maybe even less than that, she moved over to shortstop. Had a very productive sophomore campaign, our leading returner in RBI. As that pitch bounces up there, I think it might have actually been behind Coy, I'm not sure, but that's where the catcher ended up.
Coy hitting .333 coming into play today.
The 3-0, taken all the way for a strike. See assistant coach Brittany Gonzalez in the first base coach's box. She's got all the protective gear wrapped around her hand. She's got like 3 elbow guards, all told. She's just Velcroed them to her hands as this inning continues on. 3-1 pitch. Yank foul back to the backstop. So a full count here for Coy.
Making sure the people on the sidelines are pad up for all the foul balls.
Yeah, exactly. McGowan with the payoff pitch for Coy. Yanked foul again. Good battle here from the junior, as Coy does not get cheated in those at-bats. Going to make McGowan work for a tough one here.
Full count, 2 outs.
Big pitch on the way. Bobcats have brought across 2 runs. A hit here could bring in 2 more. Swung on, lifted to center. Looks like she's got a beat on it. Backtracking a little is Evans, and she grabs it for out number 3. So the second comes to a close, but not before the Bobcats pick up 2 runs on a pair of hits. No errors, and they leave 2 out on there. We'll go to the third. Connor going to take the lead for the next 3 innings. And we'll be right back with that in just a moment here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the top of the third inning as the Bobcats find themselves on top 3-1. As the Golden Rams will send in Terry to hit. The designated player 0 for 1 on the day. The first pitch is on the outside corner, 1-0.
Yep, Terry's first at bat, a bunt attempt where she popped up to the third baseman.
Standing in the right-handed batter's box, the 1-0 pitch is low and outside, 2-0. Jesse Morse, sophomore pitching for the Bobcats. Her 2-0 pitch is swung through for a strike 2-1. Just underway here in the third inning.
Folks, want to remind you about the Georgia College annual athletic auction coming up soon. Going to be April 27th in the Centennial Center. For $125, you can get dinner for two, access to all the auction items, and an entry in the $10,000 reverse raffle. Call 478-445-6341. That's 478-445-6341 for tickets and information. That's our big fundraiser for the spring. Helps with scholarships and special building projects and other things like that with athletics.
Ball went low, followed by a strike down the middle, so now at a full count, 3-2. Full count, no one on base. And that ball goes right down the middle for a strikeout.
That's strikeout number 4 for Morris. Her second looking. She's got 2 of each.
So now with 1 out, that'll bring up the third baseman, number 3, Tucker, the freshman.
Yeah, Lavette Tucker, one for grounded out to the pitcher.
Her first pitch is swung into right field, and that's caught for a fly ball out.
Yeah, the second baseman tracking that one down. That was Carly Bean.
So now with 2 outs, the pitcher, Erin McGowan, will come in. She is 1 for 1 on the day.
Yeah, McGowan singled to lead off the second and eventually came around to score the first run, actually only run of the game for Albany State so far.
First pitch to McGowan is inside and low, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch goes inside around the same spot, 2-0. Morris trying to find the strike zone here.
Trying to get back to 1-2-3 inning, too. That'd be nice. Did that in the first.
And that also goes low. 3-0. If she's going to find the strike zone, she's going to have to do it now. The 3-0 pitch is fouled off to the left. 3-1.
She's swinging on 3-0 there. Had the green light on 3-0. Good stuff. A lot of trust in that that hitter.
The 3-1 pitch to McGowan is fouled off to the left again.
Giving chase on that one was Barr. Almost got to it.
She worked it to a full count after taking 3 pitches for balls, and now fouled off 2 at a full count. The full pitch is right down the middle, swinging, strike 3. So just like that, the Golden Rams go down 1-2-3, no hits in the inning. We played 2.5 here from the Peeler Complex. Bobcats on top 3-1. On to the bottom of the third inning, 3-1. Bobcats is the lead as number 14 will lead things off. Evans, the sophomore.
This is Edenfield, actually.
Edenfield.
Yeah, I think you might have been looking at the looking at the Albany State roster.
Wrong roster.
Yep.
That will do it.
Now we got it. Everything moving in the right direction. Edenfield, no official at bats, had a sacrifice bunt that brought in a run in her first trip. That was the third RBI of the young season for Ariel.
First pitch would go in for a strike.
Had the safety squeeze there and was retired 5-4 over at first base.
The 0-1 pitch. Swung through, strike 0-2. So quickly, Edenfield has found herself down 0-2. The catcher is tying her shoes.
Edenfield with a home run yesterday, so some pop in the bat there. Got the first career blast against Carson Newman. Unfortunately, Georgia College coming up empty in those two ball games. The first one they pulled away from us late, ended up 9-0. It was 1-0 headed into, I think, the fifth inning. And then the second one was 9-7. Bobcats actually had a lead midway through that ball game.
Edenfield ground it 5-3. And what would that call?
Yep, that's correct. 5-3.
5-3 ground out. That'll be out number 1.
Now batting, catcher Haley Howell.
Haley Howell will hit.
Haley's first trip up there, a ground out to shortstop that ended the first inning.
And the first pitch to Howell is fouled back to the right, 0-1.
Howell doing a good job behind the plate as well. Gunned down a runner yesterday. So the sophomore taking over those catching duties full time. Had him split last year with senior Jessica Hales.
Howell pops it up into left center field. Center fielder will come in and make the catch for out number 2.
That was a long run there. They had Howell played pretty deep, but the sky-high pop-up, and she was able to get underneath it just outside the shortstop area.
Evans came in from center field to make that catch for the Golden Rams.
Yeah, great play there from Evans. A lot of ground to cover.
That'll bring up number 2, Hannah Rogers. The first pitch to Rogers is real way inside there for a ball, 1-0.
Rogers 1 for 1 here today, singled, and came around to score on another single by Kayla Price. That was just an inning ago.
The 1-0 pitch to Evans is swung foul to the right. Bring it to 1-1.
Rogers way out in front of that one. That pitch she just tomahawked into the facing in front of the Albany State dugout.
The 1-1 pitch is inside and up. 2-1.
McGowan grimaces a little bit inside the ring there. Looked like she lost the handle on that one. She was kind of snapping her fingers.
She hit 73 pitches already, only 42 of them were strikes.
The 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled to the right. 2-2.
Yeah, that was hit very sharp into the top of the first base dugout. We do have netting in front, but I don't think it goes all the way up. I believe it. There's a little gap at the top, and that might have scooted through. But that was hit very sharply.
And we have a second Deuces Wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and number 2 batting.
Yeah, how about it?
As she grounded into right field for the single, and that'll be a hit for the Bobcats. Third hit of the afternoon for the Bobcats.
Yeah, 3 total hits, and 2 of them have come off the bat of Hannah Rogers. So great work there from the freshman, and she is now 2 for 2. She scored the last time she got on the base paths. We'll see what happens here.
That'll bring up number 17, Jessie Barr. Sure hit from the right side. Run on first, 2 outs. The first pitch to Barr is swung through for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is grounded to third, 5-3, and now we'll end the inning. So Bobcats get 1 hit and leave 1 on base as we move to the end of the third inning. Bobcats with a 3-1 lead. Alongside Assistant Athletic Director Al Weston, I'm Connor King. We get set for the start of the 4th inning with the Bobcats up to 3-1.
1 run in the first, and Albany State matched it right back up with a run in the top of the second. And Georgia College got a pair in the bottom half to get back in front, and both teams were scoreless in the third.
Glory C will step in as she swings at the first pitch and grounds it. 5-3 for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top of the fourth.
Third basemen for both sides have been rather busy in the last couple innings or so. That's 3 groundouts to third in this inning.
Rebecca Blanton, the catcher, will step into the batter's box. First pitch is looked at for a strike, 0-1.
Blanton, sophomore from Hamilton, Georgia, transfer from East Georgia Community College. And she struck out swinging in her first trip.
The 0-1 pitch is slightly outside, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Blanton. Swung at into left field, and that will drop into foul territory.
Long run there for the left fielder, Rogers.
Left fielder and shortstop were out there.
Yep, had a couple in pursuit, but just couldn't quite hang up long enough for him.
We're set for the 1-2 pitch. And it goes outside, 2-2. Two pitch to Blanton. Swung at, and that will go into right field for a single. 5th hit of the afternoon for Albany State.
Yeah, Albany State's gotten a lot of hits. Haven't turned it into a ton of runs as of yet. Just the one being plated across, but had 4 hits in the second inning when they got that one run. Lots of singles. And Blanton gives them another single right here. All 5 hits have come via single.
And now the ground ball to first. And 3 unassisted for the out, and now that'll be out number 2.
Swing there, and 2 down with that runner on second. It works like a sacrifice bunt, but yeah, swinging on the play.
First baseman grabbed the ball and took it herself to first base.
And Micaiah Harris now batting. She reached on an error in the second, so 0 for 1.
First pitch is right. Well, that looks like it was right down the middle, but it's called a ball. 1-0.
Go get my gloves.
Held it right back to the net towards our way.
We're at the bottom of the 4th. No outs. Same score. The Clouds.
The Bobcats.
Yeah, no outs, no base. Scores 1-3, bottom of 4. If the freaking Clouds would go away, it wouldn't be so bad. Yes.
The 1-2 pitch comes in and sails outside. 2-2.
Why does like every 15 minutes it starts beeping? I don't get it.
2-2 pitch. In and high. 3-2. Full count to Kinkard.
Yeah, no outs. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs.
Payoff pitch.
Take the base.
Outside and 3 base as he walks down the first.
You got 2 wires down now?
Now batting for the Bobcats,
Yeah, that was. I was just trying to race. Like, I didn't even need to.
Hurry on.
Don't want to.
Second.
Price and Pinkett is running.
Runner on second.
Out at second. So.
Oh, nope, she's out.
The runner actually left early on that one. So she was called out. That's why she let up.
Yeah, she called us out. They tagged her out. What the heck?
Count now to Price. One out.
Yeah, she's not happy about that. She sat down on the bench and crossed her arms.
I got my thing on M&M for
0-1 pitch inside for ball 1-1.
2 times to the base for that.
She just gave that like what the heck smile at me.
And Coach Kurdecki is coming out to clarify.
I want to be that job next time, just to get food for people.
Dude, I think it's 1-0.
Get paid $7.25 an hour just to sit around and get food for people.
We'll get set for a 1-1 count to Price.
I think her and Emmett are doing like social media marketing, right?
Yeah.
1-1 pitch is low for a ball, 2-1.
Social media is probably the best.
Price with a single and RBI. That was her first one of the young season.
No, you don't.
I did it for the basketball games last week.
2-1 pitch. Drops down the middle for a strike, 2-2.
That the count on the board's not right. The count on the board's not right.
What are we gonna do about it?
2-2 pitch is grounded left side.
Now it's right.
On the base bag. We'll redo it again.
Bro, Jason, you in charge of the whole thing? None. You got tagged out, bud.
3 runs on 3 hits and 1 error for the Bobcats. Albany State has 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error. They've been getting the hits in, but it's no one coming home.
You mean he's been doing nothing? No, she's not.
Only 1 run.
He's delegating, right?
And the 2-2 pitch is down low. Full count, 3-2. The full count pitch is going into the field. That may go to extra bases. As she's down first and flies in the second. Base for double.
But the Noble can score if there's only one person running.
She was turned to first base bag and then kicked it into an extra gear. Finally in the second with that double. Good job by the left fielder.
Now batting for the
Cut that
Bobcats,
thing
second
off
baseman,
before it ran far
Albany
into the
DH.
field. Price just able to beat the throw at second base.
They really enjoy making this chalk and boxes go
That
away.
runner leaving really hurts you. She probably would have come in to score on that double.
They'll bring up the second baseman, and he takes a strike 0-1.
Being first trip popped out to shortstop.
The Bobcats' first extra base hit in a while.
Yeah, dude, throw it. Dude, throw it. I got it.
Foul territory and caught in foul territory. You see me actually drop foul. So it did drop and the count will move to 0-2. Tricky angle here from behind
Okay, so
home
we
plate.
got, sorry, Connor, we'll cut in on you there. We got a pitch runner on second
They
base.
had to tell which number is going into who because she has to get dressed or something. Wait, no, she's not pitcher. They shouldn't pitch runner. 6 went in for 11. Doesn't mean anything to us.
We have manager in that umpire.
What? We have 1 out. Runner on second.
She grounded it down the third base line. 5-3. And that is out number 2. The runner will advance to third on the play.
Runner on third.
Bobcats right fielder,
Out
Sarah
effectively
Cow.
third. Sacrifice bunt moves Pinkert over to
2 outs.
Bucket over to third.
This game is going way faster than the one yesterday.
Bucket freshman. Dunwoody, Georgia. Dunwoody High.
Are you independent numbers one at a time? You score. Oh no, what is she doing?
Okay, so that's going to be the rundown goes. I think it was just a 3-4-3.
First base coach waiver on.
Third baseman gets in on that because she wasn't trying.
Did you see the first base coach? Did she waive her on? What was she doing?
Run will score. RBI single by catch. And then it's
You're gonna have to aim like over there.
I'm telling you right now, I'd probably like end up throwing it into the dugout.
And we welcome you live to the Peeler Complex on the West Campus of Georgia College and State University for game number 2 of this doubleheader. The Georgia College Bobcats get set to host the Albany State University Golden Rams in game number 2 of this doubleheader. The first game went very well for the Bobcats, picking up a win, improving to 1-2 on the 2019 campaign. While with the loss, the Golden Rams dropped to 0-3. I'm Connor King, and real soon we'll have the Assistant Athletic Director, Al Weston, on. And as we get set for game number 4 of the season for the Bobcats, game number 4 of this Bobcat tournament. As we check the weather heading in, 64 degrees under cloudy skies here to start game 4. Rebecca Lawrence, the sophomore from Vidalia, Georgia, will be the starting pitcher for the Bobcats. As you see her infield discussing by the pitcher's mound. As we get set for game number 2. Rebecca Lawrence, like I said, sophomore. She stands 5'7" tall. And the leadoff batter for Albany State will be the designated player number 17, Amela Terry. And Terry is 5'2" freshman out of Tracy, California, so a player from way out west. And the first pitch of the ball game is inside for a strike, 0-1. One pitch into game number 2. Terry looks at an 0-1 pitch and swings at it, popped up to shortstop for an easy out, number 1. One away for the Golden Rams. And now bring up second baseman number 7, Micaiah Graham, 5'1" freshman out of Jacksonville, Florida. Hits from the right side. And she bunts it. Goes to the second baseman, 4-3. And that's good for out number 2. So making quick work is the Bobcats, Rebecca Lawrence here. As Glory C, 5'5" freshman at Conyers, Georgia, will step in. She is playing left field in this game.
Thank you, sir. Sorry about that. I thought he was done.
And the first pitch to C is right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. The sun has come out here as it's gotten very bright on the Peeler Complex. The 0-1 pitch is swung at and missed, 0-2. Lawrence making quick work. 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down. And now 0-2 count on C. And that pitch was try to frame it behind the plate, but counted outside for a ball, 1-2. We welcome the Assistant Athletic Director, Al Weston, on. It's quite a quick game so far.
Yeah, 2 quick outs here. Rebecca Lawrence looking sharp early on. There you go.
And 1, 2, 3 go the Golden Rams here in the top of the first. We move on to the Bobcats half of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nothing. We move to the bottom of the first.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement our
Moving on to the bottom of the first inning, Bobcats will get set to hit. The starting pitcher for the Golden Rams will be number 12, Lauren Lowry. She stands 5'4". She is a sophomore out of Moreno Valley, California. It's another player for the Golden Rams from way out west.
Lowry threw the incomplete game against Young Harris. Complete game there with 7 innings. Gave up 18 hits and 16 runs, 15 earned. So they hit her a bunch with 4 walks and a strikeout as she was knocked around by the number 13 team in the country in Young Harris. So nothing to sniff at there, but Bobcats might be able to get the offense going a little bit more here in ball game number 2.
Leadoff hitter Sarah Couch takes a strike right down the middle.
Couch went 1 for 2 in the doubleheader opener, drove in a run, scored another one. She also had 2 stolen bases.
And she popped it to the pitcher. 1, 2, 3 for out number 2. Excuse me, out number 1.
So Couch with the chopper there and almost beat it out over at first base, trying to take advantage of that slap style from the left side. As you see, just got her over at first base.
Now bring up Coy, the shortstop, who takes a ball outside, 1-0.
Amber Coy in the first game went 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, so probably happy to see a new hurler in the ring.
The second pitch is grounded to third but bobbled, and she will reach.
That's going to be an error on the third baseman reaching in there. Unfortunately, it was a hot shot, but right at Megan Shepard, the new third base. Oh, sorry, that's not third base. That's our catcher. That was Jalen Norman over there at third base.
Ariel Edenfield will hit. And she lined it into right center field. And that is going to the fence as she rounds second. The runner coming home, and the Bobcats will take a lead.
Going to be a triple for Edenfield. First triple of the young season, first triple in the career of Ariel Edenfield. Showed some great speed on that roller that went all the way to the wall in right center.
The designated player Haley Howe will come in to hit with the Bobcats up early, 1 run on 1 big triple.
Got 4 RBI now for Edenfield. That leads the team.
Howe will hit it into left field in the first pitch. RBI single as she will make her way to first with the 2-0 Bobcat advantage.
Good piece of hitting there for Howell as she picks up her second RBI of the year.
Left fielder Hannah Rogers will step in. Freshman 5'6" out of Marietta, Georgia. And the first pitch to Rogers is in for a strike, 0-1.
Rogers had a great first ball game, went 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a run scored.
The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed, 0-2. Runner at first is 1 out. The pitch is swung on into left center field. She will make her way to second as the lead runner advances. She will make her way to first. The lead runner then advances to second. And that is 2 on with 1 out.
Now batting first baseman number 11, Kayla Price.
First baseman Kayla Price will now step in.
Price with a great first ball game, went 3 for 3, drove in a run.
Her first pitch is low, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch dropped in for the strike, 1-1.
Among her 3 hits, she tallied a double. And that RBI was her first of the season.
That dropped outside, 2-1.
She was hitting 8 in that first game, so that 3 for 3 will get you a couple of spots up as she moves up to 6th now. And was hitting everything hard in that first game.
And that goes a little too far inside. 3-1, hitters count for Price. Price, one of 2 seniors on the roster.
Got a little shoelace tie out there in right field. So we're ready to regroup now.
The 3-1 pitch. Finds the strike zone, 3-2, full count. The 3-2 pitch is grounded to short. And that'll go 6-5 to get the lead run of out number 2.
Yep, fielder's choice there, and they cut down the lead runner. Nice dive and grab and flip over to third for the second out of the inning.
As you see on your screen, nice diving play there. 6-5.
Yep, got that backhand flip and over to third base, got her in plenty of time. Looked like Norman was thinking about maybe heading across the diamond, but didn't want to risk a throwaway. So Darby Pinkert at the plate. She went 1 for 1 with a couple of walks, scored a run in game 1.
Pinkert takes the ball for her first pitch as she is playing center field for game number 2.
Yeah, did a strong job in center last game. Got an assist on cutting down that runner trying to stretch a double into a triple.
And she lined it into right field, and it's caught for the out. We played 1 here in Milledgeville, and the Bobcats get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave a few on base as we move on to the second inning. Bobcats up 2-0.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We can stop.
Moving on to the top of the second inning, Bobcats up 2-0 off of 3 hits as the Golden Rams picked up an error in that inning. Number 6, Jalen Norman, will lead things off for the Golden Rams. The first pitch to Norman finds the strike zone, 0-1.
Norman did not play in game 1 of this doubleheader. Yesterday against Young Harris, she pinch hit in the first game and went 0 for 1.
Second pitch is high for a ball, 1-1.
So just the second at bat of the young season for Norman.
Norman playing third base to start game number 4 of the season. She looks at a strike, 1-2.
Folks, want to remind you about the Georgia College Annual Athletic Auction coming up April 27th. Tickets on sale now. For $125, you get access to all the auction items, dinner for 2, and 1 entry in the $10,000 reverse raffle. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and we're hoping for lots of support to help us get these scholarships and special building projects, other things to keep Georgia College athletics afloat. So look at that. April 27th, phone number to call for tickets, 478-445-6341. That's 478-445-6341, or just contact any athletic department representative, and they'll sell you a ticket.
Ball goes outside. It's now a full count. Full count, no outs here in the top of the second. And that ball sailed outside and it's a walk. So Lawrence walks one here. And now number 22, Jayla Stewart will hit.
Stewart 1 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader with the Bobcats.
Stewart looks at a strike, 0-1.
Had 1 hit, a single, as there was only 2 extra base hits in the first ball game, a double by C and a double by Georgia College's Kayla Price. There's Price right there at first base.
The 0-1 pitch is tapped at, but moves foul to the right, 0-2.
Got the nice hair ribbon there with the matching 22 in gold. Looking sharp as the hitter Stewart. Well up in that batter's box, too. I mean, when you get much of a stride there, you might be out of the box. I'm sure the umpire taking a look at that.
Pitch goes in for a strike, 1-2.
Norman over at first base. That's the first base runner of the ball game for Albany State. Comes here in the second.
Ball sailed outside, moving the count to 2-2.
Lawrence, the lefty, seemed to have a little bit of trouble with the outside edge to these right-hand batters. That pitch is fading a little bit into the left-hand batter's box on her.
And that ball goes up the middle. And it goes 6-3. They got one. Did they get both?
No, we did not. That was just a fielder's choice there. I think that was 1-6. Yeah, okay.
1-6 to get the lead runner.
Yep, and then Stewart will reach first on the fielder's choice, so she'll replace Norman over there, and now one out for Megan Shepard.
Shepard takes the ball low, 1-0.
Shepard's a new catcher. She did not play in the first game of this doubleheader. Yesterday, she went 0 for 2 in game 1 and did not play in game 2, so still looking for her first hit of the new year.
The 1-0 pitch to Shepard is lined into the right field, and that goes foul onto the gravel.
Sarah Couch giving chase there. Had it hung up a little bit more, that right fielder probably could have gotten underneath it. But Shepard lives to fight another pitch.
Count stands at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is in there for a ball a little too high. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch to Shepard is lined to the right but foul.
Kayla Price ranging over there at first base. But that hot shot goes foul between her and the first base coach for the Golden Rams.
Two the count. The pitch is high. 3-2. Full count to Shepard.
Try to grab that upper outside corner with what appeared to be something a little bit off speed. Lawrence takes an extra second to get herself set. Here she comes.
And the pitch is grounded to shortstop. 6-4 to 3, and they get the double play. So 6-4-3 for the double play, clearing the bases, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. Bobcats with a 2-0 advantage on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Back in the bottom of the second inning as third baseman Lindsey Bruce will lead things off for the Bobcats. She will hit from the right side. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Bobcats. The first pitch. Sails a little high for a ball, 1-0. That was a looping pitch there. The 1-0 pitch sails too low now for a ball, 2-0. So 1 pitch went high, 1 pitch went low. There's a 2-0 count.
So Bruce getting her first at bat of action today.
And she grounded to the third baseman, 5-3, and easy ground ball.
So Bruce comes up empty on the first at bat of her season. And Ellie Stone now takes to the plate. She went 0 for 3 yesterday, did not play in game 1 of this doubleheader.
First pitch to Stone is in there for strike 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Stone is swung at and hit foul toward the left. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Stone. Too far outside, 1-2. Set to pitch, the 1-2 is too low, 2-2. Stone making a good at bat here. Working the count. The 2-2 pitch is swung at, darted down toward the Bobcat dugout. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Stone is a freshman out of Thomasville, Georgia. She fouled it back, tips it. 2-2 again. Last year came out of Thomasville High School. The 2-2 pitch. Is swung at into center field for a hit.
Ringing single there from Stone, right back where it came from. 4th hit of the ball game and the first hit of Ellie Stone's collegiate career.
Came off the bat easy and just hopped right into center field.
Yep, they say that's when you have it timed just perfect, is when you send those hits right back where they came from. So a good piece of hitting there.
Couch will take a strike, 0-1.
Sarah Couch's first trip, she grounded out to the pitcher.
The 0-1 pitch is bunted at, but bunted foul off to the left. Runs the count to 0-2. The Couch will step back in with the 0-2 count.
Sarah Couch from Madison, up the road, Morgan County High.
That's grounded to the second baseman, 4-3 for out number 2. Stone will stay at second, or advance to second on that. And Amber Coy will step in. and McCoy takes the ball high at 1-0. And Coy grounded to first and 3 unassisted for the out. So the Bobcats get some hits, but leave one. And when we come back to the top of the third inning, Al Weston will have the call of the game right here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Top half of the third inning. Georgia College leads this one 2-0. Picked up 2 runs in the first, and that's been the only fireworks so far. Big blows were a triple from Edenfield to score 1 run, followed by Haley Howell singling home aerial after that. This is Jordan Baronello, the shortstop. It's her first action at the plate. She played short and was in that 10 slot last game. So 1-0 count here for Edenfield. So she didn't bat in the first game. Let's see what we got here. Edenfield. Okay, so this is her first at bat of the season.
I like that little thing about softball that you don't see in baseball is the pitcher isn't necessarily the player that doesn't hit.
Yeah, you'll see some quite a few pitchers will do the hitting, and Aaron McGowan was one of those. Ball fouled off there, a 1-2 count here for Baronello.
Shadows starting to creep in onto the Peeler Complex field.
Yep, covering the plate area, so you start to lose a little bit of vision there as the ball comes to the plate. Swung on a miss, and that's a strikeout for Lawrence, her second of the ball game, and the first out here in the third. Kendall Davis, the right fielder, will step in now. Davis did play in the first ball game. What'd she do there? Went 1 for 3 with a single. Righty-lefty matchup, sorry, as that's one fouled back to the fence. Top of the third, base is empty with 1 down. Georgia College out in front 2-0. Trying to get a sweep of these Golden Rams. SIAC softball champions a year ago, went undefeated in their conference, 19-0. Pitch misses outside. It's 1-1. Albany State with a few Peach Belt Conference schools on their schedule. Of course, they did play Young Harris yesterday and dropped both of those ball games, as this one rolled off the foot for a foul ball. Later this season, they'll take on Columbus State and Georgia Southwestern in a tournament at Columbus. And then they host us on February 20th. Bobcats will go down to Albany and play a regular doubleheader. Georgia Southwestern on their schedule again later in the season as well. So quite a few Peach Belt Conference opponents for the Golden Rams this season.
Georgia College will get to repay the visit that Albany State is making now.
Yep, so one of each, just like we did last year when we swept all 4 ball games. And that is just barely in foul territory down the line. Nice long run there for Bobcat left fielder Rogers to track that one down. As now the series, after the win in Game 1 for Georgia College, is up to 25 games, all wins for GC against Albany State all time.
A part of me feel like that's good to say, but another part of me thinks like we shouldn't talk about it because who knows what can happen.
That is a good point. So, Cashel Evans, the center fielder, bats now. She led off in the first game and went 1 for 4, but did have 3 strikeouts. Cashel Evans, lefty slap hitter, takes a look at a strike on the inside black, so one of each now, on 1 count. Appreciate you tuning in here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Got a busy week coming up. Lots of baseball this week. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday, 3 p.m. as the number 6 team in the country, Georgia College Baseball, taking on West Georgia at John Kurtz Field right behind us. That one fouled off. It's 1-2. Next softball broadcast won't be for a while. Going to be February 16th. Hoping we can bring you that action. We're going to have a lot going on at home on homecoming day. We have all the spring sports in action as well as both basketball teams that day. So I'm not sure if we can bring you all of those broadcasts or not, if YouTube allows for that many streams at once. We've done 2. I don't know if we've ever done 3 or even have the technology to do 3. So we'll have to see if that works out. 2-2 the count. And Evans back in there for another slap approach. Yanks it down the first baseline. Price will glove and tag the runner for out number 3. 1-2-3. Go the Rams in the third. Second time that Lawrence has pulled that off. We'll go to the bottom half. It's Georgia College 2 and Albany State 0 here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Ariel Edenfield getting things started here in the third. Yanks one down the third baseline for extra bases. Edenfield looking like a slugger out there as a freshman. Has a triple and a double now to her credit. How about that? Jumps all over that first pitch and yanks it down the third base line. And that brings up Haley Howell. Howell with a single and an RBI in the first. A single here might plate another run. Fire to the plate, and looks like a little high, I guess. Howell, sophomore from Rochelle, Georgia, and Wilcox County High. Was the catcher in game one, doing DP duties here. Rolls this one up the middle. That's a base knock, and sure enough, coming around to score is Edenfield. Advancing on the throw to the plate is Howell. So now she'll be in scoring position, and the Bobcats are up 3-0 on the sixth of the ball game.
Nice clean hitting there. Got right through the infield in the center field.
Third RBI of the season, Connor, for Haley Howell.
I was just seeing 6 hits in the game now for the Bobcats.
Yep, and 2 of them by Howell, 2 of them by Edenfield. One of them came here, and it's Hannah Rogers, as she singled in her first trip back in the first inning. She takes a first pitch strike. Rogers playing left field once again. And Ackworth, Georgia native, Allatoona High School. 0-1. Grabs the outside black, and she's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Hannah Rogers patrolling left field for the second game today. Had 2 hits in the first contest. 0-2 pitch is yanked, but foul. My goodness. Hit that one sharply, but it caroms down into the corner.
To get Georgia College softball score updates for both home and road contests, visit www.scoretracks.com. Make an account and choose the sports to receive alerts.
Those mobile text alerts help keep the Bobcat fans up to date. Rolled slowly to the left side. This could be trouble. Rogers with good speed. She's going to beat that one out easy. Will they get her off a second? Yes, they will. What a play there. Alert play as they caught Howell napping. That's going to be an infield single for Rogers because she would have beat that out regardless. And then a 6-4 put out at second, right, Will? Yep, so we'll go 6-4 there for out number 1, and an infield single for Rogers. Yeah, it'll do that, but there's nothing you can do about that.
First baseman Caleb Price will step in.
Price has had a hot bat. 3 hits in the first ball game, including a double, drove in a run. And had a fielder's choice in her first trip up here, so 0 for 1 in this game. Might see, no. No, can't be pick up.
That ball was still outside.
Yeah, it'll say out.
1-1 is the count.
1-1 to Caleb Price, and it's a little bit low. With Rogers over at first base, kind of surprised to see her stay put so far. I thought she'd try and swipe that second base bag, get in scoring position. And that pitch is low again off the plate. So Price with a hitter's count here at 3-1. Indian Land, South Carolina native, transferred from Spartanburg Methodist. Spent 1 season there and has been 3 in a Bobcat uniform. The final year of Caleb Price's career here. Full count for the Bobcat senior. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it bounces up there for ball 4. Runner was going, but that doesn't matter. And she'll check into second base on the walk. So first and second now for Darby Pinkard.
Darby Pinkard.
Pinkard from Ackworth and Allatoona.
Pinkard hit the right at 0 for 1.
A fly to right in her only trip. And that pitch misses outside to start her off 1-0. Got Rogers on second. She reached on a single in the infield. Good speed there. Probably going to be able to score on anything to the outfield. Pinkard. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. The runner going. Did they get her at third? No. The ball trickles out of the glove. So stolen bases for Rogers and for Price.
You gotta like the double steal.
Yep, making things happen, of course, too, with the square to bunt as well. So then you end up with a foot race between the shortstop and Rogers for third base. Now you got two runners in scoring position, and Pinkard with a 1-1 count. Grabs the outside black, and it's 1-2. Bottom half of the third, Bobcats have played a 1 run. There's just 1 out. So hoping to bring in Rogers here and get that crooked number up on the scoreboard. The rock and the fire. Off the very end of the bat, this will probably score the run, tagging the runner. So that'll be a ground out and an RBI for Pinkard. Out number 2 in the inning. Price moves over to third base, and that brings up Lindley Bruce.
Third baseman, Lindley Bruce.
Here's the runner. You see when the play was made, came home and score.
First RBI of the collegiate career for Darby Pinkard. So Bruce takes a strike there. Her first trip, she grounded out to third base. So looking for her first base hit of the 2019 season. That one just misses inside. And it's 1-1.
Lowry, the pitcher, just passed the 50 pitch mark. Here was 2 outs in inning number 3.
That's Lauren Lowry. 0-1 on the year. This one rolled to short. It hops up on her.
E6.
And that will put the runner on first.
Second error of the game for the Golden Rams.
That's unearned run because they didn't even over.
That brings up Ellie Stone. Stone picked up her first collegiate hit an inning ago. And she's 1 for 1 on the day. Ellen Stone from Thomasville. And Thomasville High. A 1-1 count here for the freshman. There's Bruce over at first base. Swung on and yanked to third. Kicks out of the glove of the third baseman. Not in time to first. That's going to be another error. Back-to-back errors for the Golden Rams. So that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs as we get back to the top of the order, and Sarah Couch. Infield comes to talk to the pitcher, Lowry, as they've kind of let her down a little bit in this inning with a pair of errors.
Yeah, back-to-back errors. Well, a pair of errors are tough, but when they're back-to-back, it's not fun. Sarah Couch will bat here.
Three doesn't.
Yes. Where'd the run score? Oh, she must have advanced very far.
Low and outside to start off Couch. Couch 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. One to the pitcher and another to second base. Another one bounces up there. 2-0 count for Sarah Couch. Couch an all-conference honoree, preseason all-PBC this year as well. Was a mainstay in the Bobcat lineup last year. Gets a bunt down. It looks like a pretty good one, just barely in fair territory. No chance over at first base. That's going to be an infield single for Sarah Couch on a beautifully placed bunt.
I'll make it first and second with 2 away.
Actually, that's going to load them up after those 2 errors. So the bases are loaded with Bobcats for Amber Coy, the number 9 hitter in this inning. She is 0 for 2, reached on an error and grounded out to first base. Sky to right, hanging up there and battling the sun a little bit was the right fielder Davis to grab that one for out number 3. So Bobcats pick up 3. Probably could have gotten a little bit more with a clutch hit there, but now extend their lead out to 5-0 after 3. We'll be right back with more from the Peeler Complex here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. We're back to action here at the Peeler Complex, Georgia College's beautiful West Campus. Albany State bats in the top of the 4th, and it is number 17. That's Maya Terry, as it's the top of the order for the Golden Rams. First pitch misses for a ball. Rebecca Lawrence now staked to a 5-0 lead. As Terry digs in here in the top of the 4th. 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Bobcats. For Albany State, it's no runs and 3 errors. Maya Terry, a fly out to short. Got on a miss, a 2-1 count. Lawrence, our second starter from Vidalia today. If it's been pitching for Georgia College today, it's been all Vidalia. Between her and Jessie Morris, former high school partners and teammates there. Swung on and ripped up the middle. That's going to be the first single, the first hit of the ball game for Albany State as Terry rolls one up the middle. So the no-hit bid expires with 3 innings. And Micaiah Graham retired on a bunt attempt in the first, so she's 0 for 1. Throw down to second, bit off the line, so a stolen base for Amaya Terry.
No error. She didn't advance.
Albany State making quick work here to start their top of the 4th.
Yeah, got themselves a runner in scoring position. Some dirt in the eyes on the head first slide there, so Terry over to her head coach to wipe her face on her coat. Head coach serving lots of duties out there, I guess.
You got to use what you have.
Indeed. So runner on second, nobody out for Micaiah Graham. Bobcats up 5-0. Takes a look at a pitch outside, and that's, I believe, 2-1, I think. Oh, no, the first pitch was a strike. Okay, so we're at 1-1 now.
Bobcats have been very productive in this game on hits, 8 hits on the board. This is game 1 where it seemed like.
Gets a bunt down. That's Price Glovin sending to first. Did not come off the bag, so got her at first. The throw to third is not in time. Almost caught Terry a bit off the bag there at third. Yep, so the 1-4 finish on a sacrifice bunt there.
Try to advance and try to get back here. Was made in.
So runner on third now with 1 down for Glory C. C, a strikeout victim in the first.
Tricky play.
The throw to third, and that was a very close play. Looked like the right hand got in just underneath that tag. This ball's going to drop in left field, and that will score the run. There goes the shutout. As an RBI single for Glory C. She's had some production for the Golden Rams. Both RBIs on the day have come off the bat of C.
Now the 4-point lead with a runner at first and 1 out.
Second RBI of the day and of the season for Glory C. And it brings up Jalen Norman, the third baseman. Takes a look at a ball. She walked in the second inning, so no official at-bats in this ball game for her.
Norman, freshman out of Grovetown, Georgia.
Nipsey outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1.
So the shadows are right now creeping in by home plate, and where the infield turns into the outfield, the brown goes to green.
Yep, you see the pine trees, I think, and the light poles coming through there. Outside, and a 2-1 count here.
So I would think right now it's most challenging for the hitter, not the pitcher. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. As that ball's coming in, it's kind of going in and out of shadows a couple of times, and actually the plate itself has sun on it. So from what I'm told, I think that makes the ball look like it's moving a little bit when it comes in and out of the shadows like that. Tricks the eye a little bit. Blown away, ball 3. Not having any trouble with the eye right now is Norman, though. She's walked already once in this ball game and is 1 pitch away from doing that here.
Norman will face the hitter's count.
Over at first base is Maya Terry. She singled. Oh, sorry, that's C. That's right, I got crossed up there. That's Glory C over at first base with the RBI single.
Working now to a full count after that foul ball.
So Norman continues to battle up there, as does Lawrence. Her typical style, she turns around to collect her thoughts, looking at the outfield, and then comes back to the rubber to fire away. Fouls one up off the top of the first base dugout.
A good battle here with one out in the fourth inning.
Lawrence trying to find that magic payoff pitch here. Rebecca rocks and fires. And it's low and away. Runner was going, but that doesn't matter. She'll check into second base on the walk. So 2 walks now for Norman. And that brings up Jayla Stewart.
This season, the Bobcats have a home game on Georgia College. It is Alumni Homecoming Weekend. We're excited to welcome back all of our alums, but especially the former Bobcat softball players, to the doubleheader against Belmont Abbey College, Saturday, February 16th at 1 p.m.
Yeah, part of a real busy day that day. Bobcat baseball be in action with 2 games that day as well. And Georgia College basketball, I believe, hosting Augusta, I think it is, for the Peach Belt Conference play there in the homecoming games. And I think we might even have tennis in action too. So a little bit of everything going on the Georgia College campus. Going to be great for alums.
It is Augusta.
Okay, yeah. So taking on the Jaguars of Augusta, so they can roll through campus and see all the possible sports in action. Only thing we have left is golf, and their home tournament comes over spring break week.
If you can't make it to the Georgia College campus, we'll have coverage on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. We'll just have to see how much.
Yeah, just got to figure out what our technology will allow us to do. Back to Lawrence, 1 hopper and a good glove there. She gets the runner at first. Might have had a chance at cutting down the runner at second base, but we'll take the for sure out at first instead. Let's get another look at that. A 1 hopper back to Lawrence. She reaches up and grabs it. That second baseman a little bit late in covering that second base bag, so Lawrence didn't even think about going in that direction. So second and third now with 2 down. Had to get that sure out. And Megan Shepard at the plate. Grounded into a double play ball her first time up. This one fouled back directly behind us. 2 down. And Lawrence, trying to get out of a little bit of a jam, has already allowed the first run for her this ball game. And trying to stem it off right there. Shepard takes a look at one. Great eye up around the letters and a little bit above on that rise ball. So now the 1-1 count for Lawrence. Shepard, of course, a catcher, so I got to imagine a pretty good eye of the strike zone. Nice pitcher's pitch there. Just on the edge of the plate. Good frame job, too, by the freshman catcher, Stone. 2 runners on the base paths are C and Stewart. That one bounces, gets out in front of Stone, but not far away enough for the runners to advance.
With the second and third here, we're going to need a strike for the next pitch.
Deuces Wild here at the Peeler Complex. And we'll see what it does for Lawrence and the gang right here. A rock and a pitch from Lawrence. A little bit late on that swing. Good waste of that outside pitch by Shepard. As she will live to fight another pitch here. Spoiling that outside offering. Go back outside again, same thing. Going to lift it to the right side, backing out of play. So There must be something in the strike zone on the outside half in the scouting report for Shepherd that Lawrence is trying to find out there.
Albany State is definitely battling, trying to add to the already one run in.
Yep, trying not to stop it there, because they've got 2 ducks on the pond. Something to the gap in the outfield. Will probably play 2. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and sent to short. Coy down to 2 knees and throwing from the knees to get her at first base. A sliding into first base there from Shepherd, and that might have actually slowed her down a little bit as the hot shot to shortstop finishes it off. What a great play there by Amber Coy. Let's take another look at that one. This was almost surely getting through the infield. She goes down to lay out completely, and a nice stretch from Kayla Price on the other end as well. That is out number 3, folks, and the Bobcats give up 1 run on what looks like 2 hits. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. Bobcats up 5-1 now here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Back to action in the bottom half of the 4th, and one of the hitting stars today for Georgia College takes to the plate. This is Ariel Edenfield. She is 2 for 2 in this game with a triple and a double. Drove in a run and scored twice.
That counts for a quarter of the Bobcats' 8 hits.
So she will dig in to that right-hand batter's box once again. First pitch coming from Lowry, and it's yank foul.
Bobcats taking a different approach here in Game 2. In Game 1, they got a lot of runs on errors by the other team or walks or stolen bases. So non-hit runs. When in this game, they've been getting the hits down and getting their runs.
Swung on, hit well. That's going to get down and past the sliding left fielder for more extra bases. Checking into second base is Edenfield. That's back-to-back doubles for her and 3 extra base hits in this ball game, as that is a hot bat right now for Georgia College. The freshman with her 3rd extra base hit in 3 trips. Haley Howell will dig in now. 2 singles and 2 runs driven in for Howell. So a great ball game for her so far.
Let's see if she can bring in this run from second.
Swung on by Howell and yanked back to the fence.
We mentioned the shadows. The shadows are now creeping in on the first base side of the field. That's the Albany State side.
Edenfield making a strong candidacy for Freshman of the Week honors in the Peach Belt Conference. That'll be announced, I believe, tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. Got to get those nominations in early tomorrow morning. But I don't know what the rest of the league is doing, but those are some tough numbers to try and battle with what Edenfield is doing today. Swung on and flared foul by Howell. Out-of-town scoreboard in the Peach Belt Conference, speaking of which. They got that final for Lander. They beat Lee University 7-3, and then lost to University of Alabama Huntsville 6-3 in their doubleheader action. This one swung on, hit deep to center, going to get up over the head and two-hop the fence. In on the play is Edenfield easily, as it's back-to-back doubles for the Bobcats, and they lead it 6-1. RBI number 4 of the season for Howell, and her third in this game alone.
Nice drive to right center field as that ball went up and just kept going.
Yep. Carried right over the head of the center fielder and off the fence. And Hannah Rogers will dig in now. She has 2 singles and 2 trips, a run scored and a stolen base. Takes a look at a strike on the outside black. Rest of the out-of-town scoreboard, Francis Marion beats Converse 9-0, and then the second game of their doubleheader is tied at 0 in the second. That's your out-of-town scoreboard. We'll say that's brought to you by Pickle Barrel Cafe and Sports Pub. How's that? Why not? 1-1 to count here to Rogers. Hannah Rogers, one of these impact freshmen for the Bobcats. Well out in front of that one, yanks it into the Albany State dugout.
With that big double for the Bobcats that propelled them over the 10-hit mark, or at the 10-hit mark.
Yep, double-digit hits for GC, and that's particularly impressive considering what they did in Game 1. They had 8, so they've already out-hit themselves, and it's just the 4th. Sky to the left side, long run for the third baseman. She will not get underneath that one, as she was battling the on-deck circle, and a long run there, too, so no error on the play for the third baseman. We're just going to call that a straight-up foul ball.
Yeah, that was the question I had. Would you classify that an error? But I guess with the long run, you wouldn't.
Yeah, she had so much ground. I mean, she did get there, of course, but it's a lot of ground to cover, and they also have the change in her footing as she's going with the on-deck circle. That one sent to the first baseman. Able to move the runner over is Rogers on the 3-U ground out. First down of the inning. And that puts Howell on third for Kayla Price. Price is 0 for 1 officially. And with a walk and a stolen base and a run scored. First pitch misses to her.
Runner at third with 1 out. 1 run already in this inning.
Delivery to the plate for Price. She takes a strike, and it's 1-1.
Just 1 out, Jason.
The kick, the fire, and it bounces off the plate. Good smother there by the catcher, Shepard. She's been real busy back there behind the plate. So 2-1 the count. Taking a look at Haley Howell getting her lead off third base there. Swung on, and it's foul right side. It will get out of play. Kayla Price, senior from Indian Land, South Carolina. Two-two pitch. Just a bit outside. Can't get the edge call. That's a tough one there. And the count runs full. Price expertly laying off that pitch, as that looked a little bit too close. Here it comes. Swung on, and Sky to the right side. Might be deep enough to score the run here. On the run with the catch on the outfield grass. The throw to the plate. She double clutched there, and I think that provided the difference that Howell needed to score standing up. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Price. And that's 2 down here now with the bases empty. Bobcats lead it 7-1.
Like they like to say it. We'll trade out for a run.
Yep, we will trade that out for a run. Now 7-1 the score. And Pinkard at the plate with the bases empty. Oh, she hits that one sharply right at the left fielder. It's up over her head and off the fence. Extra bases. And that is a stand-up double for Darby Pinkard. Very nice. As we're up to now 11 hits in this ball game for Georgia College. And that's the first one for Pinkard in this one.
You see the double right here. Over the head of the left fielder.
Yeah, the toughest balls to judge for outfielders are the ones that are hit right at you. She had some struggles with that one, and also was battling the sun as that left field side looking right in the sun right now. So that's a double for Pinkard, and Bruce is at the plate now. Lindley Bruce takes a look at one in the dirt. She's 0 for 2, hit the ball to the left side twice.
And that's Say out there in left field that dodged the ball.
Ground out to third, and then a reached on an error to the shortstop. Bobcats have 2 runs in this inning. That pitch just misses outside. It's a 2-0 count. (7-1) to score. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Bobcats. 1 run, 2 hits, and 3 errors for Albany State. Low and outside. And it's 3-0 to Bruce. She's going to put that bat on her shoulder here. Watch the next one, I'm imagining.
Good hitter's count here.
Bruce lays off it, takes the strike, and now she'll get the green light on again. Lindley Bruce, Kennesaw, Georgia native, rips a single up the middle, and that'll score a run. 8-1 Bobcats now after the RBI base hit. First hit of the year for Lindley Bruce.
That brings the Bobcats to 12 hits in the game.
First hit, first RBI. As we'll take another look at it here, Bruce taking advantage of that pitch up in the zone and just flaring it right out to center field for the 8-1 advantage. Ellen Stone, 1 for 2, a single, also reached on an error. Pitch is low as Lindley gets that secondary lead down at first base.
The Bobcats won game 1 by a score of 4-1, and they've doubled that here in game number 2. It's 8-1.
Strike called there for Stone. It is now 0-2. That first pitch was a called strike. I thought it missed the zone. All right.
Debating calls.
0-2 pitch coming. Swung on, hit well, and that'll get down in between the third baseman and shortstop. Carry into left field, back-to-back hits. And Ellen Stone now with 2 in the ball game. Makes it first and second with 2 outs for Sarah Couch. Couch has 1 hit in 3 trips. That single did come in her last trip to the plate. Mound meeting for Albany State here, as I believe that's the head coach for the Rams, Harley Roller. And she's going to talk things through with her pitcher, Lauren Lowry, and the entire infield there. Bobcats up to 13 hits now in the ball game. And trying to find this last out to get her team out of the inning. Looks like they're going to leave Lowry out there.
I found it interesting. Couch is the only hitter in the Bobcat lineup who's left-handed. Numbers 2 through 9 in the batting order are right-handed.
Yep, that's correct. We do have some more lefties, just not in the lineup here today. So resetting first and second with 2 outs, and Couch at the plate. She singled with a bunt in the third. That was her most recent at bat, as we are now here in the bottom of the 4th. Swung on and pulled to the second baseman, A flip to first, and that'll be the end of the inning. 4-3 goes the put out, and that will be the end of an eventful fourth. Looks like they picked up, 3 runs on 5 total hits, oh my, including 3 doubles. So we will head to the top of the 5th now, and it's Georgia College 8, Albany State 1. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Na, 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 na. I love you so. I love you. I love you. La 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 la. La 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit
On to the top of the 5th we go as the Bobcats find themselves up 8-1. The first pitch to Albany State is in there for a ball 1-0. Bobcats 8 runs, 13 hits and no errors, while the Golden Rams have 1 run, 2 hits and 3 errors. And the pitch is grounded into left field for a clean single. 4th hit of the ball game for the Golden Rams. And just like that, the Bobcat pitcher has to go to the stretch. The ball is hit right in the left field. Diving try by the shortstop, but couldn't come up with it. And the 1-0 pitch to the next hitter is for a strike 1-1. 0-1 to number 16, Kendall Davis. Davis looks in for a ball 1-1. Kendall Davis 1-1. The pitch. Then there for a strike 1-2. Runner at first, no one out here in the top of the 5th inning. 4-1 final from game 1 of this doubleheader. Bobcats improving to 2-1. Davis fouls that way back. Catcher comes back, but it goes over the fence and onto the roof of the press box. And now it's 1-2 the count.
Okay, folks. After that foul ball, we're back to Kendall Davis here as she fouls that one back to the fence as well. Barinello over on first base with nobody out. And Rebecca Lawrence continuing to work in the circle. Got a solid 7-run advantage here, 8-1. Here in the top of the 5th. Delivers one to the plate. Slow roller to the right side. And the flip to second gets that runner. Okay, as it looks like we got, we have a new second baseman. I think that's Wolverton out there. All right, so Connor, you take it for a little bit again, please.
We got number 14 coming up to the hit. That is Ariel Edenfield. 5'6" out of Dublin, Georgia. Excuse me, wrong roster. Number 14, Evans, the sophomore out of Lafayette, Georgia. I'm mixing Albany and Georgia College rosters. 0-1 is the count. Runner at second and 1 out. The 0-1 pitch, and Evans will foul straight back 0-2.
What kind of strike was the first one?
Okay, 0-2 is the count. 1 out. The 0-2 pitch is swung at and missed for the strikeout. That'll be out number 2. So 1-2-3, and she has to go back to the bench. And that'll bring up number 17, Amaya Terry. Terry, a freshman out of Tracy, California. First pitch is swung at and hit into the air, off to the right, and foul. 0-1. Runner at second, 2 outs. The left-handed hitter, Terry, steps in.
Swung and missed at that pitch in the dirt. Terry on the day looks like 1 for 2 for her in this game. Pop out to short and a single. She stole a base and eventually came around to score the only run of the contest for Albany State thus far. But threatening here with that runner on second base, Baronello. 0-2 is up and away. Wouldn't fish for that one. And Terry will stay in there for another pitch. Amaya Terry, freshman from Tracy, California, and Tracy High. Slap approach from that left-hand batter's box. Here it comes. Oh, regular swing that time. She fouls it back to the fence. So a little bit of both from the left side for Terry.
Bobcats hoping to get this final out.
Yep, 2 down here. Would like to leave that runner stranded right there at second base. Especially with being ahead in the count here on Terry. Swung on, lifted back. It'll get out of play.
That's at least the second ball that came directly back at us.
Oh, it's a foul ball 5th. Get excited, people. Go get yourself a sticker, huh? Got a stack of them. Old Emmett's busy over there.
It is foul ball 5th.
Indeed.
And we've got plenty of foul balls in this one at bat.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And there's one. I see someone handing it in.
1-2 pitch. Shot back to Lawrence. She fields her position well again. Went to the throwing arm side, did that bounding ball, and she grabs it for a 1-3 put out. Little simple grounder to finish it off. So the leadoff hit comes up empty for Albany State. And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Georgia College still out in front, 8-1. You're listening to Bobcat Softball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate into a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Got some celebrities in attendance.
Athletic Director Wendell Stanton pointing at the camera.
Oh, okay, there he is. Got Director of Student Affairs Scott Brooks, as well as Dr. Tom Miles, the Campus Life Director for Georgia College. Everybody talking things over up there on the hill with Wendell's dogs. New batter is Welford. That's Skylar Welford, the freshman from Bon Air, Georgia, and Veterans High. She bats for Edenfield. As so we must have moved some pieces around here. Okay, Connor, I'm going to need you to take over again, buddy. Go ahead.
The 1-1 pitch is in, and in for a strike, 1-2. The 1-2 count to number 16 is fouled to the left. Do it again at 1-2. That's number 16. Skylar Welford, freshman out of Bonaire, Georgia. We've had her substitute into the game. The 1-2 pitch is taken high for a ball, 2-2. 8-1 is the score here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Welford takes the pitch and lines it into center field for a leadoff single. That'll be the 14th hit of the contest for the Bobcats, and credit Welford with the single. Right-handed hitter, line it right up the middle in the center field. And now bring in Ariel Edenfield. We'll look to advance the runner. The first pitch is in there, a little high for a ball on the outside, 1-0. Edenfield been playing very well today. Appeared in both contests. The second pitch is in there low. The next pitch comes in. Right down the middle, and she's running at second, and the throw will go wide. So number 16, Skylar Welford, comes into the game with a pinch hitter, gets a single, and steals second. So credit Welford with a steal. And now Edenfield will step back in 1-1.
Edenfield having a heck of a ball game, and just finds the outstretched glove of the shortstop, Baronello there. What a great play on that liner for her, as that saved maybe another run from coming around with Welford at second base. So first out, I should say. Super Bowl Sunday, I'm talking downs here.
We'll wait for tonight.
Yep. Slow down, guys. All right, so we got one out here, and bottom of the fifth. We got a conversation at the plate. Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. Lindsey Puckett will pinch hit for Howell. So she will bat for Howell. We'll see what happens defensively next inning. But Puckett in the ball game now. And Puckett pinch ran in the first game, came around to score a run. Takes a look at one there for a ball. See if Puckett, going to be her first collegiate at bat right here for Lindsey Puckett. Freshman from Dunwoody and Dunwoody High. She takes a look at another one there. It's 2-0.
We've got a lot of first at-bats and first hits and stuff today.
Yeah, those 10 freshmen will do that to us, won't they? Skylar Welford on second. And that one's going to get down in center field. Looks like we just saw the first hit and the first RBI of the career for Lindsey Puckett. So we'll get the single, advance into second on the throw. And coming in scoring on the play was Welford. And that is our run rule, folks. We have reached that 8-run mark that finishes off the contest via run rule. How about that? Okay, so a finish here as Georgia College wins this one 9-1. 9 runs on 15 hits, no errors for the Bobcats, 1 run, 3 hits, and 3 errors for Albany State.
The Bobcats improved to 2-2 on the season, while the Albany State Golden Rams dropped 2-2 on the season.
Dropped to 0-4.
0-4, never mind.
Yep, so let's go star of the game here. That's going to be Ariel Edenfield for sure. 2 doubles and a triple in 3 trips. Scored 3 runs, drove in 1, and that is a heck of a ball game for that freshman. Ariel Edenfield. I think we're looking at one of her. No, that's Kayla Price there with the diving stop as you look at some highlights while we close things out. But yeah, Edenfield playing a great second base and doing the hitting from the plate as well. So good work by the freshman. That closes out the ball game. Again, updates for what's coming up next. We've got the next softball broadcast will be February 16th against Belmont Abbey. I believe that's a 1 p.m. start. Is that what you got? Okay, yeah, we're going to go with 1 p.m. on that. And the the next Georgia College broadcast, the next broadcast overall for Georgia College sports is going to be baseball on Tuesday, 3 p.m., right behind us at John Kurtz Field. Thanks for tuning in. And, Connor, thanks for you. Great job today, buddy. First softball game we've done together in a little while, so it was good to have Connor out here again. Thanks, man. So thanks for tuning in as well, folks, and we'll catch you on the next broadcast. Go Bobcats.